Hey, what's up YouTube? You're watching Ready Set Drone, and today it's Ready Set Skateboard because we're going to take a look at the DresKar FT001 electric skateboard. Stay tuned and check it out. So first of all, I'm going to say, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. We do a lot of stuff with RC cars, RC drones, of course, airplanes, and even electric skateboards. This is probably the fourth or fifth one I've reviewed on the channel. I love when I get an offer to be sent one of these because these things are so much fun. I grew up skateboarding when I was in high school and junior high, and so the opportunity to hop on and ride around with my son or by myself is so much fun. This guy is built for a big person. It holds up to 300 pounds and it's got two 900-watt motors in it for a total of 1,800 watts. So it's quite a bit of power. Now this is a belt-driven board. I've had both belt-driven and hub-driven, hub motors. The belt-driven are a little louder, but they're also more powerful and more torquey. You can get a lot quicker acceleration off of this thing than you can a hub motor. Hub motors tend to be a little smoother, but not as quick on the acceleration, whereas the belt motors just kind of rip right out from under you if you're not ready. Okay, just for comparison, I thought I'd give you the difference between the hub motor and the belt motor. So here's the hub motor. Now hitting the brake. So you can see that took a little while to get up to speed. Now here's the belt motor. Brake. So basically the hub motor is quieter but takes longer to get up to speed than the belt motor does. It has a top speed of 25 miles an hour purportedly, and I would say that's probably with somebody a lot skinnier than me on it. And then it's supposed to have a range of 17 miles, which again, probably not quite that with somebody that is my size and weight on this thing. But again, 300 pounds is what they say this thing will hold. It's got a slew of LEDs put into the side here that are different colors when you turn it on that kind of light up. This deck also has a fair amount of flex to it. I stood on it last night when I was charging it and just kind of bounced up and down a little bit, and it does have some give. The reason you want that is A, it's a more comfortable ride, and B, it's going to last longer because if it's really rigid, your odds of breaking it are a little higher, especially when you weigh what I weigh. Polyurethane wheels, and then it comes with this remote right here, which is pretty standard for these. The remote is bound to this skateboard, and you have a wheel here that you turn for throttle, and then you pull it backwards for braking, so you can actually brake as you're going along. You just kind of do it gently as you're going, and it'll kind of slow you down and then eventually stop it. If the thing starts to roll away from you, you can also just boom, hit that and it'll stop. Gas, brakes, gas, brakes. It's got 3 modes, low, medium, and high, so different speeds for different skill levels. And then it's got a power indicator here on the side that tells you what the battery level is on it. Probably want to wear this with your wrist through the strap so that in case you drop it or fall, you don't lose it. It does have a micro USB charging port right here, and this has a standard, it has a charging port for a transformer that transforms AC to DC and charges the battery that's in here. So if you are going to be commuting or riding with this thing, it's not light. It's 23 pounds of weight with the battery and everything. So it's a pretty heavy device. You can carry it. I do like some of the skateboards that have a little handle built into the deck so you can carry it sideways easily. But the hope is you don't have to pick it up and carry it, that you can actually get out and ride it. One hint that I think really helps save the battery is not to start from zero, but to give it a few good kicks and then turn on the electric. That way it's not starting from scratch. It's actually got a little bit of speed before you get going. So what's my impression after 3 days of riding this thing? Excellent. I mean, the thing is, the tech just keeps getting better. This is my first new electric skateboard I've gotten in 2 or 3 years, and you can tell the difference. The battery life is fantastic. I'm on day 3 of riding, and riding about half an hour each day, and I haven't recharged it. Don't know how many miles I put on it, but you know, with my weight, it should really, whatever it is, should be doubled. And it's very smooth, it's very punchy, which I think is a result of the belt drive, and just a joy to ride. I mean, electric skateboards are kind of magical. If you're into skateboarding at all, it's a really fun thing to do. So if you're looking for that quick punch, the belt motors are definitely the way to go. This one is way punchier than any of the hub motor boards that I have. But if you're looking for something a little smoother and quieter, hub motors are a good choice. Just check them both out. I think this one's also particularly good because it has 2 900-watt motors, and so for someone of my weight, 200 plus, it's a very good option. Hey, check out the deer. Hello, deer. They have a variety of boards, different sizes, different motor speeds, designed for different purposes. More deer. Excuse me. But this one right here is great for me because of my size and weight. I think the 900-watt motors are a really good thing to push me around. And like I said, it's got a lot of get up and go when you want it. I'm in medium right now. It's not even in high. I'd love to hear what you think about electric skateboards in general, all the electric mobile stuff, one wheels and such. Leave a comment below and I'll be sure to read it and reply. If you like this video and you want to see more stuff about electric skateboards and all kinds of cool stuff, including drones, please subscribe to Ready Set Drone, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. As you can probably tell, sections of this road are kind of rough too, and it does great. It's really fun to ride on smooth concrete, but this sort of bumpy asphalt, it's not bad. Kind of vibrates your feet a lot though.